Hello and welcome. So tonight, it's been a while since I've flown the Phantom 3, so I thought I'd come take it out for a fly. It is night time, but there's a car park that I sometimes go to and give it a bit of a fly at night time. Looks pretty cool. So what I thought I'd do is do my review of the Phantom 3 on the way to the car park, and then if it stops raining, hopefully I can show you the drone in the air and things like that. Keep in mind, it's not going to be just me talking the whole time. I will be talking the whole time, but I'll have some cutaway shots of the Phantom 3. So if I'm talking about a certain part of the Phantom 3, I'll show it shot on the screen. So let me just put some fuel in the car and we'll get started on the review. So I just snapped the suction cup off the window, so I can't use that anymore, so hopefully this isn't too shaky. Anyway, so I've owned the Phantom 3 for quite a while now. I don't fly it as much as I'd like to. One thing I certainly learned, and that I have a lot of respect for it now, is because the first day I had it, smashed it within probably an hour or two of owning it. Smashed it straight into a tree, and within 24 hours I bought it, smashed it, and re-shelled it because I had to buy a new shell for it. It was mangled. It wasn't too hard to rebuild, just a lot of little parts, so if you ever do it, make sure you take heaps of photos. So I don't really fly it so much for fun, it's more so for videography and jobs like that, so it doesn't get to come out as much as I'd love it to. Yeah, ever since smashing it I've been really careful with it. I was being an idiot when I smashed it. I just went full speed and tried to kind of bank up a tree and misjudged the distance and boom, straight into the tree and destroyed it. So anyway, yeah, I've had it for a while now. I'm really happy with it. So it's the Phantom 3 Advanced, not the Professional, so it isn't the 4K model. Looking back, I wish I did spend a little bit extra and get the 4K model, because now I do have the GH4, which shoots in 4K, so it would have been nice to have them both 4K. Sorry. This does shoot in 2K, so sometimes I do use 2K and I just upscale it, and it doesn't look too bad. It's usually pretty good. As long as the lighting, you know, you got good light and you get a decent quality clip, it's not bad when you upscale it. Most of the time for internet videos, they're usually 1080p majority of the time, but I know I like to future-proof things and have them in 4K. So yeah, if I was to have my time again with that, I would have bought the 4K version, but it does the job. So the build quality is really good. It's machined really nicely. I was really happy with the controller. Is beautiful to use. Yeah, you can just tell it's a very nice, high quality product. I wouldn't say it's fragile. I mean, I smashed it pretty hard and didn't break that much stuff. The propellers are probably quite fragile. I've been through a few of those, so make sure you stock up on those spares. But yeah, overall, it's a very well made product. And yeah, it's really awesome. The video quality, I'm over the moon with. It's been really good. I've dialed some settings in now that I'm really happy with, and yeah, they've come out really nice. So alright, so I decided to stop driving before I filmed the rest. It was getting a bit too dangerous, so I wasn't concentrating properly. So here we are at the car park. It just rained again and kind of just stopped, so I don't know if I'm going to get it up in the air tonight, unfortunately. I'll see what happens. It's still pretty busy here in this car park. I'm at a shopping centre, so it hasn't closed yet. But anyway, let's get back into the review. So video quality is awesome. Very easy to get really nice cinematic shots. You got a range of frame rates and resolutions to choose from. I usually shoot in 1080 at 25 frames or 2.7K at 25 frames. As I said before, it doesn't have 4K, but the professional version does have 4K. So if you're looking for 4K, definitely go that. I kind of wish I did. I know the new Phantom 4's out. I don't know if I would buy that. Like, I wouldn't dump this to buy one of them. There's not enough extra functionality, I guess. And I know it has the crash detection, and that might have saved the drone the first time, but from what I've heard, it's not bad, but it's only on the front of the drone, so it's kind of useless in a way. That's my opinion. So I wouldn't, if I was to buy one now, I would get it, but I wouldn't just buy it to upgrade. I'd wait till there's something a bit better. So sorry, I'm rambling on about utter crap, but yeah, so video quality is awesome. The build quality of the actual Phantom 4 is awesome. The remote control feels really nice. The app that you use to fly the drone is awesome. It tells you everything: horizontal distance, vertical distance. It shows you on a map where you are. You can use your smartphone, so you have to use a smartphone to fly the drone, or a smart device. So I use an iPad mini. I think it's 3rd or 4th generation, I can't remember. I use that dedicated to the drone. I don't use the iPad for anything else. In the beginning I was using my phone, but I was finding that if I got a phone call, or sometimes the phone would just randomly turn off, I don't think it was really powerful enough to run the software. I have an iPhone 6, I think it is, yeah, iPhone 6. It went well, but as I said, I didn't want to be able to, I wanted to be able to make phone calls and things without having to take it off the remote and all that kind of stuff. So I bought an iPad dedicated just to fly the drone. And as I said, the app's really good. It's got a flight journal, so it tells you where you've flown, how long it was for, like a log. It's really cool. Only one thing that bothers me about the drone is firmware upgrades can be a bit annoying. The first time I got the drone, I had to do one straight away before I could even fly it. And it took ages and was beeping really loud for ages. It was like 15-20 minutes. I think I thought there was something wrong with it. The first time I turned it off, and then I read on Google on the internet, someone said just let the sound happen and leave it somewhere. I did that and it was perfectly fine. So it is a bit of a pain to upgrade the firmware, but yeah, other than that, it's really good. So if there's anything I don't like, it's probably just the firmware upgrade. Everything else is awesome. It flies really well. The GPS is awesome. Auto takeoff and return to home. So it's got a return to home function where if you lose it, you can press a button and it comes back. I don't really trust that. I prefer to fly it back myself if I can. Battery lasts about, my experience, about 24 minutes, but that depends on how hard you're thrashing it and the wind. If it's really windy, obviously you're going to get less battery life because it's fighting against the wind, using more engine speed or motor speed and things like that. But yeah, it's really cool. I don't know what else to say. I don't really want to get into the specs too much because they're easy to find on the internet. There's probably a million reviews on this Phantom 3 anyway, and there's not much difference between any of the Phantom 3s apart from, I think it's just the camera. So the Phantom 3 Advanced and Professional, pretty sure they're exactly the same, apart one's got a 4K camera, the other one doesn't. So I think there is only one Phantom 4 and they're all 4K. So I think that was a pretty smart move on their part to go with the one model, because otherwise it gets confusing, and people did seem to think that you could use the Phantom 3 Advanced and just swap the camera out for a 4K camera. I don't know if that works. I'm not going to try it, but yeah, so I'm really happy with the video quality, the way it flies. It's easy to fly, as long as you're not being an idiot. It's pretty easy to fly. It almost flies itself in terms of with the GPS and all that stuff. It's really good, really intuitive. It can get a bit hard when you start, like if you turn around and you need to fly backwards because everything's reversed. I've almost gotten to a few situations with that, but yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. So I talked about battery life. I've got 2 batteries for mine. They can be a bit expensive, but 24 minutes, it doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when you're in the air, it's actually quite a lot of time. If you shoot a film or something, you kind of know what you're going to shoot. You plan it in your head, you get it up there, you get it done, you could take a few shots and you'll be fine. And if you need more time, just buy more batteries. They are smart batteries, so they actually tell you how much is in them. You just press the button and they actually discharge themselves after a certain amount of time, because it's not good to leave lithium polymer, pretty sure the lithium polymer, LiPo batteries, they're not good to leave around fully charged or fully completely empty. So they do flatten themselves down to about halfway. So if I haven't flown it for a month or something, usually when I press it, the battery's about halfway, which is a good level. But every now and then I do try and give them a charge up and take the drone out. This is why I wanted to get it out tonight. So I thought I'd do this review. I'll see what happens, whether I'm going to fly it or not. I have to look at the radar, check the weather, and see how I go with that. Yeah, I've still got plenty of sample footage which I'll show you, or might have shown you throughout the video. Maybe I'll just give you some tips when you first get it. So when you first get it, just be really careful, follow all the steps, make sure you calibrate the compass, and you do that by spinning the Phantom around. It shows you on your iPad or iPhone how to do that, or whatever device you're using. It shows you how to do that. Make sure you do that everywhere you go. A lot of people say they don't bother, but I do it everywhere I go just to be sure I'm doing everything the right way. Don't fly next to buildings and really populated areas. They can get out of control very quickly, and when they do, you panic, and just like the way I smashed into that tree. I had a thing in mind that I wanted to do, but boom, straight into the tree. I misjudged it. It's very hard to tell, even when you're looking down at the screen, it's very hard to tell the distances from things, and especially if you're looking at the actual Phantom from behind, it's very hard to tell how close it is, and they go very quick. So things can get out of hand pretty quickly. So just be responsible. Don't ruin it for everyone else. It's already hard enough in Australia here to fly these commercially. You have to get a license and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of people ruining it for others. One guy smashed one into a car not long ago and did a runner. So I don't know if he got busted or not eventually, but yeah, just be really safe. Don't be stupid with them. They're a lot of fun, but with fun, you need to be responsible, because these can cause a lot of damage. Not to mention that they're expensive and you don't want to be buying a new one or replacing parts all the time. And in a way, I'm really happy I smashed mine the first day I had it, because it taught me to, next time, be careful, don't be stupid. Taught me how to take it apart, so all that stuff. I was kind of happy that happened. I had to learn my lesson, I guess, some way. At least I didn't smash into someone's property or, you know, anything like that. It could have been worse. I've already chopped my arm open on it as well. There's still a scar there, but it's not that bad. Because after I smashed it, I tried to fly it the way it was, and it flew sideways, and it was about to go into a fence, so I grabbed it. As I grabbed it, it flipped itself over, because it's made to kind of stabilize itself. Flipped itself over and chopped my arm pretty deep, so it didn't really hurt, but it cut me deep. So that's why I say be careful. And another stupid thing is I flew it in the backyard to test it after I'd smashed it with about 2 meters of width, which, yeah, don't do that unless you absolutely have to. The GPS is really good, but it's not the best. It does drop out. I've heard of these flying away and all sorts of things like that. So just be really, really careful. Be mindful of who's around, what's around, and what can go wrong. And before you fly, make sure you do check everything. Check your propellers are tight, check it's got GPS, check everything's charged up nicely, including the device you're watching it on. Make sure your batteries for the drone are charged. Make sure the controller's charged. A lot of people forget to charge the controller, because obviously you do that separately. So this is the app I use to see the radar, to check the rain and stuff like that. It looks like there's a little bit, but it might be a bit clear, so we might get this up in the air. It is a bit windy and it's still busy here, so I'll see what happens. No promises. Another app I'll use, that I use, I'll show you right now. This app here is called Safe to Fly. Basically it sees where you are and tells you whether you're in an area where you should fly or not. So if we zoom out, let's place this down. Let me zoom out. And you'll see there's a big red area here where you're not allowed to fly, because that's obviously, I think it's Moorabbin Airport, so there's an airport around here. And all these tell you what they mean if you just go to the About section down here. Pretty sure. It's got a user guide, so it tells you what all the colours mean, when it's safe to fly and when it's not. So always check this, because you don't want to fly near an airport or anything like that, because it will get you in a lot of trouble. So keep these things in mind. These are all little safety checks. These are all little safety checks that I do before I fly, because they can get you in a lot of trouble, or, you know, you can damage a lot of stuff. So yeah, good to be safe. Alright, so this is it here. Just made sure my propellers are all tight. You might wonder why I have the red stickers, because the lower tier version comes with red stickers, but it's only because I smashed it. It does come with spare stickers, so I just threw the red ones on. I think it looks pretty cool anyway. So now what we're going to do, these are the batteries I was talking about, so it tells you the level. Going to throw one of these in, and we're going to get this up in the air, and I'll show you the app as well. So drone's turned on. Let's get a look at the app here. Alright, so looks like I can't fly it anyway, because it needs a firmware upgrade. We'll see what I can do, but here's the app. I know you can't really see it very well on here, but it tells you everything. It's all your compass data down here, so it tells you your speed, your distance, and all that kind of stuff. And you got your map over this side. Sorry, I know it's really hard to see. And you got all the camera settings here, which is awesome. Plenty of settings. Record. And on the remote here, obviously, you've got a lot of buttons as well. So that's the remote. Alright, it's telling me it's safe to fly, but I'm not too sure. Try and get it up. It's pretty windy here, and it's I think it's about to rain as well. So I might just start it up, get it up a little bit, and then bring it back down. It's not safe, and I'm all about safety, especially after smashing it. So let's see how we go. So security just drove past. They didn't stop. It is too dangerous. I got it just spinning on the ground, not even about to take off, and the wind started blowing it sideways. It's too dangerous. It'd be stupid for me to fly it. Sorry guys, it would have been awesome. Maybe another day, but I do have plenty of I think I've got plenty of test footage to show you anyway, so I'll throw that up now. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I love the Phantom 3 Advanced. I think it's awesome. Video quality, build quality, all that stuff is awesome. I'm really happy. I'd buy one again, and I'd certainly recommend it to any one of you. So hope this review helped you. Enjoy the test footage, and that's all. Please subscribe, helps me heaps. And please like this video, please comment, ask any questions if you've got any at all. And that's about all. Thanks for watching.